Hey guys, how you going there? Jason Andrew here, and we are live on the final day of just content for this 5-day free workshops and challenge that we've created for you so that you can start living life in your own terms in the arena, creating success that you want to live. And the whole purpose of this group is because there are people out there who are just tired of being on the treadmill. They've kind of lost this zest for life. They don't know how to create that next step and start living life on their own terms. And today I'm going to show you just a quick win, and you can start getting that winning feeling back. Now, before I get into that, have you booked in your appointment with me? A complimentary appointment that one-on-one, where we get to sit down for over 15 minutes. I can sort of show you how you can get some quick wins. The calendar's starting to fill up. I've had some really great fun and some great appointments so far. So there is a link up at the top of this video on where you can just go in and book in your free consultation, guys. You might as well make the most of it because it is starting to back up. Now, today, we're going to be focusing about getting that winning feeling every day. Now, when I talk about that winning feeling, it's not like winning like I'm feeling like an awesome 100% of the time, because that's just unrealistic. But what I wanted to share with you are some tools, some simple tools that you can put in place and implement in your life that will show you how you can create those wins. Okay, so if you think about that winning feeling, where does that kind of feeling of happiness and winning come from? For me, it comes from a feeling of accomplishment. It comes from a feeling that I have achieved something. So how do we structure in your day those feelings of achievement so that you can actually feel like you are a winner, right? Because we want to get you into that winner's circle. So throughout this session, it's only going to last from 10, 15 minutes max. I'm going to encourage you to also ask any questions if you're watching this live. If you're watching the replay, just put #replay and just ask a question. The team is coming in and we are asking questions. So this is an active group, and we're growing. And I'm really proud that this group is an international group with people from every continent on the planet, except for Antarctica. And last night I worked with Kate, who is in London. And that was fantastic. And I had a Zoom meeting with Tim and Bennett in Pennsylvania a couple of days ago. So, this is a really global group. So make the most of being inside a global community, guys. So that winning feeling that you get every day, where does that come from? It comes from a feeling of success. So the first thing that you need to start thinking about is thinking about your life in terms of structure, and not from the point of view of, everything needs to be so orderly, just from the point of view that gives you that feeling of success. Now, I had a coach, a business coach, years ago. It would have been 15 years ago. And at that time, I was thinking, I was sort of more happy-go-lucky. I didn't want to be pigeonholed into a box. And I was doing well in my career, but I just needed to go to that next level. And the coach said to me, "Look, Jason," she sat me down to try and structure out my week. And I said, "Look, I really want to leave it a bit open because I like the spontaneity of life." And she goes, "That's great. Do you also like that feeling of success that you get?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, that feeling of success comes when you actually can achieve something that you've got written down and you've got some structure in place. So if you can so I'm going to show you how you can get some structure in place." The other thing is, when you think about this whole arena concept that we've developed around being in the arena, that's kind of having like a sports and athlete mindset to your life and to your career. Right? You don't want to just sort of stumble through things. If you think of a professional athlete, the way that they create success is they've got real structure around how they approach the arena and how they approach game day. They don't approach game. It's not for them. A professional athlete does not play a game every single day of their life. They're actually doing things to gear up towards game day. Okay, so to do that, let me just do a refresher on exactly how you should be thinking about structuring your day and before I do that, I'm going to bring it down, make it easier for you, but just by refreshing that concept of the strategy map. Now, last week I did go through it, and I know some people found that confusing and complex because it's a major complex thing that's used by organizations around the world, and I'll try to simplify this into a personal sense. So I'm going to basically just quickly run through the 4 quadrants of the strategy roadmap, and then show you a quick win and what you can implement into your life out of that strategy roadmap. You can start doing that today. Okay, so if you remember, in the quadrant, we have there's 4 areas for you when you're creating your strategy map. And the first one is up here is your values, okay? And that's your value proposition and what you do for others. Now, once you get that in place and aligned, then, this is your personal, call it PVP. It's how your occupation, what you're doing to deliver, create value for others, and how you're getting rewarded for that. And for most people, this is in form of income, or if in the UK, pounds. All right, so once you have your values in place, you know exactly, and we do a lot of deep work with that, and it's been quite a few hours this year, this week, in the last few days, working with clients who've come on board, working with understanding their personal value proposition and the importance that gives to them. So that anchors you, right? So once you have your personal value proposition, then you need to work out how you can have that purposeful action. So your purposeful action really is just having it set out. What is it that I'm going to be doing each day? And then you're acting with intention, because you're acting with you're not just sort of one of those people that's just randomly doing things because they just pop into your calendar or someone gave you a call. You're actually acting with intention, and then you're delivering on your personal value proposition. And in order to do that, what you need to have in place is your own well-being. Okay, so take notes on this, because your well-being is on your physical and mental health. It's also on your personal development, okay, and your relationships. If you don't have any of those things in place, it's hard for you to turn up. It's hard for you to turn up to actually do your purposeful action so that you can deliver your values, because if you can't do that, then you're not going to be able to get your reward, your results. Okay, so this is both financially, and this is also your personal goals. Right, so that's really, in a nutshell, that is your strategy map. Now, think through this. If you have got a great well-being plan in place and you are feeling great, you're feeling healthy, you're doing what you need to do on the personal development, you have great relationships, then you are able to turn up and then do the right things with purposeful action to deliver what your value proposition is and what you came to the planet to do, doing it in a way that you want to be doing it in your arena, and then being rewarded in the right way, and being rewarded for doing the things that you want to do. Okay, and once you get that, you get your outcomes. And what these outcomes do is that they just reaffirm your winner's image. All right, and then they make you feel your winner's image is a well-being piece. So today, I'm just simply going to be showing you how you can do a couple of things in here to get your quick wins, and also how to tip it into purposeful action. All right, so you remember when I was talking through last week, there was a concept that I introduced to you, and it was called, now why does that do that? Okay, so there was a concept last week called the recipe for life. So the idea being that life is just so hectic, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got all these things, all these obligations. I've got my family, I've got my work, my boss is on my back, or I'm in a job, my business is just stressing me out. It's not giving me what I want to be giving. I thought that I would be somewhere else by now at this stage of life. So what we want to do is just break that down into compartments. I'm going to look at your the recipe for life process, and I'll show you how that sort of fits into this with the winner's image. Now, if you recall, and this is really simple, guys, it's only going to take another minute. So there's 11 categories that your life can fit into, and you'll need to go into the worksheets and if you haven't already done so, download. We can still get them to you. Those 11 categories are really, really simple. So I might as well write them down for you again. So the first one is, and I'll do them in alphabetical order, make it easy. There is your business. Don't you just love these tablets? Okay, there we go. So there is your business, your career, there's family, finances. Write this down, guys. Health. This is everything your life can fit into all of these. Hobbies and interests. Some people like to turn their hobby into a job. You've got love and relationships. And then you got What else we got? You got personal growth. So this is you reading the books to grow personally, to grow your character, so that you can become the person you want to be. You have got community. We have friends, intellectual pursuits. This is just reading intellectual. It's not necessarily personal development. It's just intellectual pursuits to further your knowledge. And then spiritual. So everything that you can think of that happens in your life can fit into these categories. So then what you do with this is really, really simple. So here's your quick win tip. And Tim Benner asked a really great question. Are we ultimately going to be prioritizing these? Yes. However, to prioritize all the 11 things in your life to start fitting into just creates a lot more stress. So right now, all you're going to do is focus on 3 things. So for example, I'm going to focus on health, family, and personal growth at this stage, as an example. And in health, then you're going to choose 3 activities in each one. Okay, so activity number 1, for example, me, 3 cardio, 2 strength, and I'm going to eat more vegetables. I mean, I do okay, but I'm just putting it in here to make a statement. And then all you need to do is just create the same one for personal growth. You know, what are you going to do in that area? Read a book. Read 1 book a month. I'm going to listen to podcasts every day. Family, what am I going to do in that area? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then what you do with that is quite simply, really simple. The next, to make this actually implement into your diary, is that you take these activities and then you put them into your calendar. So let's say this is your calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then you just put it in as an appointment. And that's it. So then what happens is, for you to get that quick win and that winning feeling every single day, if you have done the work and you've actually thought about this and you actually put this down, so the reason I'm saying it's a quick win is because you could literally do one of these right now would take you less than 10 minutes if you were to really think about what you wanted to do. Even in this one, health, right? So that's a well-being plan. Start there. Get 3 activities that you want to do in health each week. So I'm going to encourage you to do that right now as soon as you get off here. And then once you've done that, then you put them in as appointments to yourself in your calendar. So how do you get that quick win feeling? How do you get that winners feeling every single day? 1, you're doing what you said you're going to do because you put some thought into it. And 2, you're just ticking it. You get to the end of the day and then you say, well, fantastic. I've actually done what I said I was going to do. It's part of my plan. I'm on course to doing something. Now, don't worry about not actually having a full-fledged plan right now. I'm just encouraging you to get out there and getting some of those quick wins and making things happen. So, guys, it's really simple. Those are the sorts of things that we can do for you. Those are the sorts of things that we are doing in the Fun Money Method program. The conversations I'm having with people are really, really a lot of fun, a lot of fun, but at the same time, they're deep, they're meaningful, and they're purposeful, and people are taking action. So I just want to quickly play with you now a quick grab from a session that I had with Fran Harper, who is a client of mine in the Fun Money Method. She's also been a client in previous programs that I've had, and I just wanted to get her sense of why you should consider coming on board into the Fun Money Method program, at the very least booking a free consultation so I can see if I can get some quick wins in your life right now. So here's Fran. I'm going to hand it. I'm going to go on mute.
What am I like to work with, and why should somebody engage just from a personal point of view?
Yeah. Oh, why should we work with you? Look, we've known each other a long time, and I've loved working with you. They say you were my predecessor at the rugby club, and that was by choice, not. So look, I think just, and obviously your background in in the financial arena, and we've worked together before in that. But I think now that the life skills that you bring into that financial space is just allows this whole approach to money, and how you look at things is so empathetic, but still you're very strong and very direct in keeping me on track. So I'm very grateful for that, because that's important in the stage of life that I'm in, and where I want to be, and where I want to plan, and how I'm focused. And I think that we have a natural sort of empathy with each other, and I think that has been tremendous in getting through and working through the things that we have, because some of them have been difficult, some of them have been sort of very personal, as well as financial. So I think the fact that you have that ability to do that should give everyone great heart, that that you're coming from a very heart-centered space. And
so Fran is a successful entrepreneur, and she is very good at what she does. So my main value creation for Fran is helping her through the value purpose process, but also keeping her accountable to what she wants to do. And if you think about any successful person on the planet, they have got a coach in their pocket, making sure that they get where they want to get to, but also helping them understand where they want to go. So if you're here thinking, what do I actually get out of this? The first thing you get is purpose and an understanding of where you want to go. Then I help you implement the tools and the processes, and I'll keep you accountable. You get access to a team that does that too. You got access to a coach in your pocket through business hours. There's a whole community that you get to be a part of, and you also get online tools. And there's a whole so many for me here to mention. I'm going to put up another post on exactly what you get, but I wanted just to give you a sense of what it's like to work with me one-on-one, and the impact that it can make for you having someone like myself and our team in your pocket. So Fran, thank you very much. She's a fantastic person, great entrepreneur. I've been speaking to lots of clients throughout the last week, onboarding people, and sort of people ringing up, wanting to know, finding out more. So I'm going to ask you to click on the link above here, book in your free consultation, and then I can share with you what the program is about. But more importantly, at the moment, get you a quick win. All right, guys, that's it. It's been fantastic the last 5 days last week and 2 days this week. Tomorrow, everything's coming down. So if you haven't watched the videos, do so now. We're transitioning everything to our full program, where you get the most value for only $500 a month. And if you're a business, it's a no-brainer. 500 Aussie, get on board. I look forward to seeing you guys soon in that appointment. Cheers.